this is all time, of course. If you look at the match numbers, it simply just wouldn't make sense otherwise. Now, F4Q looks like they will be starting on the defending side. No, F4Q on attack.
Yeah. Ooh, well. That's a big little chip of damage there onto Bunny right off the bat. And of course, they didn't take this guy. They did go for the Reyna in the end. So no way to top him back up. So we'll just be starting things off with 70 HP. Mondo at the moment waiting to see if anybody is going to be pushing through main.
Yeah, and F4Q playing, a bit patiently here, wanting to make sure they take that first win in the pistol round. And we see them kind of set up in a default. They're not really pushing anything too hard, especially, of course, after that chunk of damage, they're going to want to back off just a little bit and trying to get some intel with the Allegro.
Managed to spot one. It seems like they will start rotating the spike back through spawn over towards the A site. After seeing that the Killjoy is here, don't want to try to deal with her kit just with the pistols. And they also know that the Sova is there given that earlier shock dart. So want to try their luck against the other three. Starting to charge in now.
There is
have to wait it out. Yep. Wait that out. They spot one over on the right side. Meteor taking a couple tags through that box. Will manage to trade 1 for 1, but now it's going to be I Need Girlfriend coming up with 2 kills. And we'll maintain a bit of an advantage as Mondo is still here on the back of the site, pushing out a W, knocking him to the ground. The cleanup is there, and that's the first round going the way of I Need Girlfriend.
Yeah, I think F4Q worked with the info they had, but at the end of the day, ING was just better prepared, right? They had the right angles coming into A. They kind of knew the timing of when that boombot was coming out. The gravity well, I think, was the biggest thing, right? As soon as that boombot went down, the gravity well keeps them in place, and they can't capitalize on the distraction that the boombot provides.
Yeah, it also just provides so much more time for the Killjoy and Sova to rotate over from the B site because they just have to wait that out. So they very quickly recollapse and close it out with minimal losses. So just the single kill that Bunny was able to scoop up. So not going to be too much bonus money there. Con Bolt going to be destroyed. Turret around the corner. Climax just going to be chilling for the moment as JW continues to place a couple of these stars out.
ING, no need to really rush anything. Of course, this is their bonus round after that pistol, so taking it a little slow. Got a little bit of information, but F4Q also not pushing too aggressively. So we see Climax just hanging back. Of course, the full set of Killjoys set up.
This is so dangerous, though. The star right here in Boiler, and there's a judge around the corner. Might just be Gravity Well to pull them all in.
Boy.
Yeah, they wanted to go for the play. They still don't necessarily know that Meteor is here, though. He's waiting. Yep, there's one. How many can he get? Pushes the corner, gets a little bit of damage in onto the enemy Reyna. Boombot goes out. We'll have to disengage. Nade going through. Peanut, in the meantime, is going to fall. Godcoach is going to be pulling all the way back over here into his spawn.
Yeah, still a lot of damage done, right? Only 1 kill pickup for the Rays, but so much information, so much damage, and this pulled F4Q back. Now, they did get a little bit of control coming into Pizza.
Good right-click kill there from 5K. Gets a judge in his hands. And will get topped up all the way, just about. So 139 for him. Suddenly becomes relatively winnable. Still has a Leer, still can use 1 Devour or 1 Dismiss, but they're running out of time. Zumba going to start planting. Still is fully topped up. Puts up the smoke. Keep himself covered as 5K tries to watch from outside window.
Oh boy.
Gulp draws out the pistol, manages to find 1. Now has to try to close this out. 20 HP remaining on 1. They take him so low. This very well is winnable here for 5K. Swaps out now to the Spectre, but doesn't line it up. Godco will get the headshot. Barely surviving with 25 HP. The fuse will come in, and I Need Girlfriend do manage to close out the second round, but F4Q, they made it very costly.
Yeah, they played that really well towards the end with what they had left. That was so winnable at the end too, right? He picks up the Spectre, and he's definitely able to get the kill. Unfortunately, Godco gets it first. So that's just a matter of ING getting the kill ahead of time. But with the health that they had and the setups they had, working around those stars, we talked about that coming into this map, 5K knew exactly what ING was thinking with those star setups. Now, what I really liked earlier, though, when they were trying to push through A-Link, is that ING going for those double stars, right? They get the gravity one, they instantly place another one, and they're not letting F4Q push with the typical aggression.
Yep. Well, Zumba pulling back. Forced away from main. Spike currently sitting over on this side of the map, as the Hawk will confirm that there's at least somebody moved forward. Just going to be an ult orb feed here for Athena to try to get that lockdown online.
Still just waiting to get a little bit more confirmation. All they've got on the side of ING so far is B main, right? They've got some bodies in B main, trying to get some tags through that smoke coming in from Astra. But, I mean, look at how Astra being on both sides changes the pacing so much for these teams, right? You just can't move. There's just so much time you can buy for either team that they have to be cautious. And there's really good coverage coming out of those stars as well. And then following up with the Owl Drone, I mean, F4Q, at this point, yeah, they just have to wait for a timing, and it looks like they're going to commit to B main.
Got 5K lurking over here at bench. Hawk will spot him out, Bunny, going for the entry. Nebula will come up to cut off a bit of vision. Does get spotted. Now is going to be shutting the door to market. Everybody's starting to rotate through defender side, though. And here's Mondu looking to hold down the site. Manages to find one. Godco comes up with two. As 5K is completely cut off. The turret comes in. They go on the push. Climax using it to body block. And it's a flawless round. They didn't even get much damage in.
Wow.
And yeah, I Need Girlfriend. They went out on the rifle round, and that's going to net them a very nice economic advantage.
Well, I said this before, Killers. If you want to have a chance at beating F4Q, you got to make sure that they don't. First, I mean, obviously, ideally, they don't win the pistol round, but after that, when the rifles come through, shut them down once again. That should sound so much momentum for this team. Now, the only difference is generally they seem okay playing a bit more patient, but ING has their angle set up working around these stars for both teams, right? They were prepared for the offensive Nebulas as well. So I think this goes to show that maybe JW just a bit more experienced with the Astra on ascent.
Doesn't seem to be that way for now. 5K, Vandal in hand, one away from having the Empress online. Opted to not go for armor, wants to try to get that overhealing in. Zanade won't find much value. Just forcing them back. And Simba is just absolutely lit. 27 health remaining.
Yeah, and you definitely don't want to go down early with
that. Is going to see you.
Ooh.
Like that cubby was not going to protect you. Meteor gets the kill. And that is a very costly and very silly mistake to be made from 5K. Rocket out from Bunny, does manage to find one. 3v4. Chucking the nade up top just to try to clear the corner. Doesn't manage to spot anything, and now the spike is going to be dropped over here at Boiler. The door is shut. Bunny is all on his lonesome. They shoot their way through. The Trailblazer spots him. They push the corner. They get the kill. 3 on the round for Mondu. 4 rounds now for I Need Girlfriend.
Oh, man. 5K with that blunder. Trying to hope for the last second that he wasn't spotted. But like you said, Achilles, he stepped a bit too late, and the angle was already set up where the Boombot had the radius. And, man, if 5K keeps blundering a little bit like that, right, on those entries, and Bunny tries to set up afterwards, it's not going to work out so well. And ING, I mean, you know, they're already on defense, right? They've got the Astra. They're totally okay kind of hanging back, maybe even just waiting for a retake if they have to. And they allow, you know, Bunny gets in, but what's he going to do when the doors are shut and he's actually the one locked inside the site rather than the other team?
Yeah. The Meteor now getting aggressive. Pushing up, trying to deny this ult orb take, it seems like. But here comes a jump forward. Bunny going for the entry. Inserts himself, manages to find that kill, taking down Mondu, and JW falls down to 20 HP as well. Currently sitting here in market, trying to keep himself alive. Seems like F4Q might just be able to break through this time around. Meteor goes out, Rocket goes flying. Ooh. Doesn't get the kill, and Zimba manages to counterattack. So now dropped 4 members alive as they make their way here onto the B site. A bit of a slower wraparound coming through as they try to get this killjoy in behind. Bunny does get caught off guard. A nice kill here for Climax.
All right, we still have 3. JW a bit low on the side of ING, though.
It is dangerously so. 5K finds the kill, gets the overhealing to come through now, but Godco takes off Goddead's head. Very nice shot from him, but 5K is just hunkered down here in Boathouse.
There we go.
Cleans it up for 3, and F4Q finally get themselves on the board.
Yeah, it was kind of weird to see ING play a bit aggressive into that B main. I think that gave F4Q the cue that, hey, this is our chance, right? They're pushing up a bit. They want to get a bit feisty. Why don't we just push in all as one? They had all 5 members already set up at B. So a bit of a blunder for ING. They tried what they could with the retake, but 5K was prepared, and the overheal, of course, helps so much in that confidence to peek out.
I think what Meteor was kind of going for was he knew that Athena has basically been soaking these ult orbs every single round, and they know that he's one away from having the lockdown, so he says, okay, I need to deny him from being able to get this lockdown on, so I'll push forward, because it's only usually been like him and one other person, and maybe I can take that fight, trade it out 1-for-1. Does not happen at all. Ends up completely falling apart.
And of course, like you just mentioned, that lockdown now coming into play on A, but they're
not biting.
Yeah, this was used completely as bait, but they don't bite. ING's still prepared here on B side.
Yeah, they're already starting to rotate back around. Bunny drops down, but he doesn't check the cubby. Godco just sitting in the corner, manages to trade that out. So now it's a 1-for-1 with God dead around the corner with no HP. Godco can spray away, finds the kill, has to reload. So he pulls back into Boathouse, and this is catastrophic from F4Q.
This is just an absolute disaster. So much invested.
All right, well, Cosmic Divide does come in. Meteor gets yet another Boombot kill, this time onto Zimba. They start pressing forward. 2 members remaining versus 3. Dart goes out. Godco just trying to spray through, get a tag, and yeah, he will weaken him. He will get the kill. Looks for the final. No HP remaining here on Athena, just 11. Still does manage to trade one more back out, but Mondu is there for the finish.
What that investment, that level of investment for F4Q to go for a bait and then for ING not to bite at all? I mean, what do you do after that? I mean, and then they have to invest with the Cosmic Divide to try to make something happen in B, and they make it into the site, but now everything they've worked for that we just talked about, those ult orbs, right? Going for, just creeping up back into the economy, everything out the window, and now they're back to square one. Their economy is just absolutely down in the dumps, and ING is sitting comfortably with all their rifles.
Yeah, I mean, the one reprieve, I guess, that they have is the Hunter's Fury is still here for God Dead, has not burned that yet, is waiting for Climax to use his own lockdown. So can respond to it and shut it out. But that's about it. Otherwise, we've got 3 guys with Sheriffs and 2 with Classics and no armor.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely just looking to do a little bit of damage here. You see them taking it a bit slower, doing what they can in this round. I mean, obviously, you can't think too hard when the round's already set up like this, right? This is just the consequence of what's happened so far. JW is going to be prepared for that. Gets the Boombot as well.
Pushing the corner. Can't quite see Bunny on that cross as he continues to spray out with the Sheriff, just looking for a hit. Fina, yeah, slow creeping. Godco, he saw your hands. He was just waiting for the head. And then he manages to nail it. All 3 remaining members of F4Q stuck in mid at the moment with very limited options. Continuing to creep up through Boiler, looking for that one tap, but Goddead's unable to find it. Holds the angle, and Meteor comes in for the punish. Seems like this is just going to be the case now. Bunny taking a bit of damage there from the satchel. One more would finish him off. Meteor going to lob it in. Doesn't quite get the kill on Bunny. Oh, man. Back-to-back headshots. He's making it better for himself. Manages to escape away from Mondu. Wants to go for the re-peek, but is wary about getting collapsed on from behind and does eventually lose out on the round. But, I mean, already, I Need Girlfriend almost doubling the amount of rounds that they've taken here on Ascent since the last time they played versus F4Q. Clear improvement to be seen.
There you go. The stats don't lie. This team has gotten better.
They've downloaded them.
Already 6 rounds. I didn't even think about that aspect. That's crazy. But that round, they get a little over happy there, and they allow Bunny to do the minimal damage that he's hoping to do with the Sheriff, right? Just 2 kills. It's not going to really change anything for either team, but now F4Q, they're back in the game with their rifles, right? All their utility is ready to go. We'll see what they have set up here.
Well, Bunny at least just making a bit of noise over here. As we continue to have this 3-stack over on the A site.
JW just putting up those nebulas, just buying that time once again. I mean, this has been just standard through and through almost every round for JW, and why change it when it's been working, right? It's held off F4Q, and while F4Q is playing patiently, I think it is pretty clear that they're not as confident in their adaptations when they have to decide, right? Once you get below that minute mark, the 40-second mark, and you have to decide which timing you're going for.
Oh, well, here we go. Oh no, Bunny. He's got to shoot through the door before he can use the rocket.
Oof.
See which way he wants to send it. Could just go straight into CT. There's somebody there, and he will find Godko. That's a very nice shutdown here, as the lockdown will be destroyed by the Hunter's Fury. 5K off screen, manages to find Mondu over at the A site. Climax displaced now out of the boathouse, and it's a 2v4 attempted retake here for the side of I Need Girlfriend. JW now keeping things a little bit closer, as Meteor has already crept up here over towards the site.
Yeah,
Wants to wait for the reinforcements.
And just needs to wait patiently, holding that lumber. Gets the turret out as well.
Oh, tucks into the corner, doesn't get spotted there by the recon, destroys that alarm bot. JW finds a feed of, can they actually make this happen? Last pack not gonna get the damage in, and Bunny will manage to find 4 kills on the round. Playing as explosively as they desperately need him to. F4Q, they get themselves a second round win with only 4 more to go. We'll see if this becomes a bit of a snowball or if it's just going to be another swift turnaround.
I mean, they'll definitely want it to, right? I mean, they're the ones on the attacking side right now, and if they can just get, if they can make it the 6-6, I mean, they should feel pretty comfortable, and especially with the Astros, again, on defense, you're going to be able to buy yourself some time. On the retake, ING had the right idea, right? They had Mondu kind of clearing out all the utility coming out from Sova, and that gave time for JW to go for a couple of those kills, but unfortunately, the blast pack not connecting, they're not able to close out that round. Now, F4Q focusing again just a little bit on that orb here in B main.
Oh, the counter push there from Climax does get punished. Afina managing to find the kill and can go ahead and recover that Phantom if he's feeling comfortable enough. Looks like he hasn't managed to do it yet. Oh no, he does. Never mind. It's in hand. Meteor in the meantime takes out 5K as he pushed up towards the defender's spawn. And F4Q are yet again completely split up. And seem like they don't really know what to do. Afina cannot make it. Godko just spraying through the walls, finishing him off. It's really great tracking, utilizing that dart. And yeah, it looks like it's just going to be another swing back into I Need Girlfriend's favor.
Yeah, I mean, again, they leave the spike behind trying to scout out, but then as soon as you see some trades happen, there's not the communication that we would see in the best teams here in Korea, right? Are you going to swing around, or are you going to bring the spike over to A? Do you just wait a little bit longer? No, we just see Afina marching into B site, leaving the spike, while the 2 other members are still kind of stuck somewhere near A. And now you're down to 30 seconds. Meteor picks off 1. There's the spike. I mean, no rush here for ING. It should be an easy round to close out.
Yeah, I mean, it's another nade. Simba pulling back around the corner. But realistically, what can you do other than save your gun? He tries to exit, gets caught up on the turret for just a moment, but will manage to make it out safely and hold on to this weapon. But this is brutal.
Yeah.
This is not at all what we had anticipated coming into today.
Yeah, I mean, the amazing record they had in the qualifiers and just what they're known for, right? The highlights coming out of F4Q. And while in Masters they faltered a little bit, again, it looked like they kind of regrouped coming into stage 2. So we were hoping to see just all-out aggression, right? And these calculations that were in play. But I'm almost wondering if maybe the Astro, whether it's on their side or the other side, is really holding them back a little bit just because it forces so much time off of the clock. And F4Q, again, as soon as they have to make those decisions coming halfway into the round, they seem a little lost, right? They just kind of stay in their positions and they're waiting for trades. They're not making trades happen. And when you're on offense, I mean, you have to kind of dictate what the pace is on the map.
Well, see what Bunny wants to do. He's got the Judge. Seems like it's going to be a big entry. Double blast pack in. They know that there's going to be a star right there, so he wants to leap past it. Gets himself over onto the site. Catches Mondu completely off guard as he was sending out a Hawk. Showstopper is ready, sends it into main. Afina gonna get clipped. But Bunny jumps up, manages to find the punish. JW still lurking here rather, around heaven as Climax inches up over towards the door. Simba will start the plant. And 4 members strong versus 3, F4Q. This is exactly the type of play that we were expecting to see off the bat. Showstopper up close and personal will lead Bunny to find a 3rd kill on the round. The question now becomes, does he get a 4th? As Godko has to push out of this nebula onto the site. Simba will cut him down, F4Q will get a third round.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, and they make it work. I mean, the perfect blast pack placement to get over that gravity well, and of course also before it can really start pulling people in, and he's able to get the entry as well.
Yeah.
Now that means that the gravity well buying time doesn't really mean anything for ING, because now you've already got Bunny on a rampage inside, and then they close the doors right away. They're set up, and they have the showstopper ready for the retake. I mean, look at this jump right over. He just lands in front, and as the guiding light's coming out too, just perfect timing coming out from Bunny.
Yeah, just really unfortunate there from Mondo. I mean, if you hear those blast packs go off and nobody is watching a cross angle for you to protect, you cannot go for the Hawk like that. You have to be ready to respond because Bunny is just going to get up in your face. So, unlucky as they say. Still going to be a 5-man stack. They'll pull back to try to deny, but the Trailblazer actually gets quite a bit of vision. Slow rotation starting to come through now from the Sova, getting his way over, taking a little peek at mid.
Yeah, Climax has pushed all the way through B main as well, so pretty clear that this time it's probably not just a bait for the A site. As you mentioned, now ING all moving on over to A. They're waiting for the lockdown. They're pushing in, forcing to stay within range.
Bunny manages to find one. 5K going to be eliminated. Nice little headshot there from Climax. Catching him over at top mid. Now rotates over to try to cover from tree. Spike getting planted. Boom bot to clear heaven. Spots one does actually explode. Takes a big chunk off of Godko. Great headshot snap there from Zimba. As F4Q really are starting to take over this spike site. 2 rounds in a row. Looking to do a little closeout here and try to get themselves to 5-7 in the half. As Mondu says, yeah, I'm not going to try to mess with this. I'm just going to pull out. Just hold on to this gun.
You gotta do what you can, but what we're starting to see from F4Q is they're realizing how to work around the star placements coming out from JW, I think, right? And that's really all that's been holding them back. The Sky, of course, can buy a lot of time, but that's something that more and more teams are now getting used to as more players pick up that Sky. Mandu looking for maybe one last, but not gonna find each other, so just gonna stay safe. No reason to peek out there and lose your gun.
Ooh, he went for it right in the last second. Didn't get the shots in, but it was damn
sneaky.
close.
But at this rate, if ING, I think, doesn't change something, right? And I wouldn't say change like your star placements from Astra. I think that's too big of a risk. But how you work around those times. Maybe you get a little more aggressive on A. You know that they're waiting for those blast packs and that timing. Just to, again, force F4Q to have to adapt once more. They figured out how you work around your setup of Astra. Now make them have to switch things up once again. And they don't have the lockdown anymore. It's back to square one. ING has the opportunity here to shake things up.
Yeah, without the lockdown, seems like they just kind of go back to their normal ways. They didn't want to try to go for the same set play on A 3 times in a row. Thought that would be a bit too predictable, it seems. So, seems like it might be another play around B. 5K inching forward, but there's an alarm bot waiting there just outside market that will spot him, will give some information away. Seems like he's a bit privy to this, so wants to just play back in that cubby at pizza and try to get some line of sight over into the B site.
Everyone moving back over with the spike to A, so showing some commitment on the side of F4Q.
Shown from God dead. Spotting one. There's out the recon bolt as well. The gravity well going to be used. Jumped up top here is Bunny. Manages to find one, but quickly gets traded out as JW manages to find two. Is still alive, gets a third. The Spectre doing some serious work here. Climax catches 5K on the exit around the back side of the site, and now it all comes down to Athena. Throws down the turret. Here's a shock dart, point blank. Recon out, doesn't necessarily need it, and it's going to be the lockdown just for good measure. Just to go ahead and fully zone him out of the site. The Nano Swarm going to be thrown down. Has a second, didn't use it. Does he have some kind of crazy lineup from here? I doubt it. He's just going to rotate all the way around. So Nano Swarm buys him enough time to get to Boiler, but they're just likely going to stick to this.
Yeah, I don't think really anything's going to happen. Yeah, they were waiting for it as well. So no big surprises at the end as we get the 8-4 scoreline for ING on defense. Looking real good. I mean, again, last time they got absolutely stomped, but this time they're taking the lead.
Yeah, it's a very solid start for them, but now I'm curious to see how they're going to manage on the attack.
Yes.
It's been a very nice measured play from them. They know how to slow down the game, but you know, we're fully expecting just seeing this Astra from JW that Zumba's going to be doing a similar strategy here, keeping them slow, making sure that they have limited time when they actually get their way out onto the spike sites, making sure that they have limited vision to play around with, so they can just get picked off one after the other as they try to press forward. But F4Q, I mean, finally showing us that aggression, you know,
Yes.
that we know and love from them.
Yeah, I mean, when they have their sub plays ready to go, this is what we see, right? They rush in, they get the entry kill, and then just as kills left and right, all players having their lineups ready to go. They just didn't have as many opportunities. Now, to be fair, I think it's a bit more apparent on defense on how to use Astra for at least just like a basic doing one person's job worth, right? Nothing spectacular. Obviously, there's a bit more depth if you want to get crazy, but you kind of have the standard entry points, and you put up your stars, you put up the nebulas just as a measure, hold them back. I'm very interested to see if JW can show us some cool things to do on offense, right? In theory, there's a lot you can do with whether it's just spacing, forcing them into other abilities, other utility, and a lot of ways you can manipulate the map. So we'll see if that happens. But as you mentioned, for Zunba, for F4Q, hopefully we see something similar where they're just buying themselves time so that they have better angle setup, they have a little bit more intel as we start the pistol round in the second half.
They're actually playing a little bit inversely here. It's going to be the Killjoy setup over at A. They have the Astra here, basically locking down B site, by herself. So Zumba looking to cut them off. God Dead setting a bouncer over towards Market as they start pressing in. JW does fall down to 63 HP. Hasn't received any healing yet. And Zumba gets himself into the corner. The right clicks, however, not quite connecting. And a Swarm ensures that he cannot continue to press forward. Does still get Meteor before falling to Climax. The spike, all the same, now is going to be planted. The question is, can I Need Girlfriend defend this? 3 members left, everybody tagged up. Afina spamming away, they managed to find 2 more, and it's just Mandu all on his lonesome. Gets 1 headshot, looks for a little bit more, but has to go for the reload. Will get taken down. And F4Q, they take the pistol round here in the second half.
Yeah, got a little crazy as we saw a lot of those nebulas come out and kind of people stacking up on top of each other. But, at the end of the day, F4Q gets in. Once you have the plan, they had their setup ready to go at the back of B. No big surprises there. Now, can they keep the momentum? Of course, with the bonus round coming in for them here after the pistol, should be pretty straightforward. We'll see if ING wants to do anything too crazy. Doesn't look like it. Just going for a little bit of utility. Not investing anything more than they need to. Just hoping to do the minimal damage they can, right? Get the information so you can do the damage you want to. Maybe just get the spike plant down. That's, kind of the standard hope you have. Of course, if you get more, great for you. You turn things around on the economy table. But if not, you're just setting up for round 3.
Start going out to Scout. Does spot Godco. Only one sitting on that A side for now. God Dead sensing that this is going to be yet another market hit, just wants to get himself secure here onto the site. And again, but JW picked off 5K. What an angle. Goes straight through here, gets another dink, follows up for the chest shot to finish off Mandu. 5K starting to come alive.
Really well prepared from that communication from Goddead. I mean, Goddead moves back right away, knows that they're going to try to go for the push. 5K's ready for him. Goddead picks one off again.
That's the round. I mean, the spike is sat here in market and just completely outgunned with their pistols. There's just nothing to be done here.
Yeah, I mean, even hoping for a pick-off here or there, I think, is a bit tough.
Especially when 5K is just doming everybody.
Poor Godco. Just waiting for the final
read
moment.
On his position. Okay. Finds one. But there you go. The counter push comes in from Afina, getting him from behind. And F4Q do win out the second round here in the half. But now we get rifles on both sides. Or, rifles versus widely SMGs. So let's see if I Need Girlfriend can make use of these.
Yeah, and they need to, right? If they wanna try to close out this map, right? Make sure that F4Q doesn't get all warmed up, gets all crazy. This is the round that's gonna matter. We'll see. And now they know that the favored position for Astra for F4Q seems to be on B. Actually, they're gonna switch things up though, as we mentioned that the stars are kind of placed overall across the map, but Killjoy set back up on B. So a bit of a switch up coming out from F4Q as Zunba heads over to A.
Oh, God, that pulling off that angle for just a moment. The Hawk comes out. Backs himself up in the market. If he had held just a second longer, he would have been able to see Godco up top there at mid. Spots one, takes a shot, doesn't manage to nail it. Thrown up over the top to try to get a spot as 5K pushes out, got the Vandal headshot. Very nicely done. I mean, that's another thing to bear in mind. Last round, he only went for the ghosts. So he gets this rifle buy now in this round. And he's making very good use of it. Fina sitting down below the stairs, comes up with 3. It's absolutely nasty. Can he get the last one? Still going to be stuck in the reload animation, so he cannot. Godco does manage to follow up for a second. If he can get Bunny, the spike is suddenly recoverable, and he might be able to at least get the plant off. He's inching up, grabs this. Is he ready for Zumba? Hasn't seen him yet.
30초 남았습니다.
Limited time remaining. Wants to try to go through the spawn. Gets his nice snap. Actually, now we'll go back over towards this B site and doesn't quite line it up. Bunny gets the jump on him. Very nicely done here by F4Q to get the round victory. Now within touching distance of tying us 8-8.
Yeah, F4Q looking really solid here on the defense. They looked a little shaky on the attacker's side. But, I mean, ING, they seem to be a little falter. I think F4Q, this is not what I would have seen from them in Stage 1, right? They're reacting to each other a lot better, right? Goddead went for the middle, and he gets a sight, and then he just holds a little bit of aggro so that 5K can come in, right? Pick off one kill. They're going for a lot better trades across the map rather than just on entries. And this is what you like to see when a team says, hey, this time we're here to actually win. We're actually here to try. And they're not just the same old, hey, we're still just all aggressive going for highlights and trusting that our individual plays better. No, we're actually trying to practice as a team, and it shows.
Yeah, it's starting to pay off. Especially now that they have a very nice upper hand here economically. So full rifles and armor bought. Zimba is getting the instant tap there on Amandu. Oh, and yep, he's ready for it. Doesn't even get clipped by that sheriff. Still going to be sitting pretty with full HP. Meteor says maybe third time's the charm. Starts moving forward as Zimba just waits here at Wine. Spike still drop. Meteor manages to find one, but he wasn't quite prepared for it. Zimba pushes out, finds the third kill. God Dead doesn't quite spot JW making his way up into Boiler.
Bunny is ready, though. It's inching forward.
On the angles, and JW, oh man, gets him right to the corner of that wall. Zimba, however, ready for climax. Can we see an ace? JW, the last one alive. God Dead will take it. So 4 is as good as it gets for Zimba. 30 HP remaining, and we are tied up 8-8.
Yeah, Zunba playing that A side so well. Getting a bit aggressive with the Astra. Not something you typically want to see, right? Obviously, because you want to keep the Astra alive with the stars and make the most utility. But I had enough prepared to work around it. I mean, he got the intel early on as they were pushing into A main. He was ready for the second. And then he's just waiting as he hears a couple more footsteps and gets those angles. So F4Q, like you said, now tie it up. ING coming back in with rifles and most of their utility, almost all of it. Let's see what they can do.
Funny with an operator. Vision's going to get cut off there right at mid, so doesn't manage to spot anything. It's a really heavy stack. Everybody just kind of chilling out in the defender's spawn here, fully anticipating this is going to be a hit over on the B site. The lockdown going to be used.
All the Seekers are gone.
Boombot from Meteor going to be sent into the back, does get cleared out. Sprays through, oh man, gets just the spray headshot there on a God Dead through the smoke. Now retreats back, gets himself below the market steps. And this is a good luck, on the retake here for F4Q. 5K, however, does start things off quite nicely. Gets the wallbang headshot there on Mandu. Drop down comes in, 5K continues to clean it up. Uses that dismiss. Hunter's Fury. Rolled out from Boathouse. Godco is hoping for a connection. Doesn't manage to find anything. Throws out the dart and now is in dire situation. Manages to find one. Can he follow up for a little bit more? Should have heard the drop down. Rotates over to the other side. Tries to line it up. Cannot do so. And that will be the defuse. They've got just enough time to make it happen. And F4Q will finally take the lead here for the first time in the first map of this set.
Wow, F4Q. This is so different. And them being ready for something like that on a B site, and then just hanging back on that lockdown. They put up their own nebula so they can still kind of hang out on the edge. Of course, it didn't really work out so well as they had to take care of the boombot, but still gives them the time for everyone to set up for that retake and buys enough attention away so 5K can come in through market and take care of that entry point, gets the drop down, of course, for the second kill, and then they're going for a full-on retake with 4 people. So F4Q seems much better prepared this time around as they switch sides. As to what ING has planned, Climax getting a little aggressive with the turret.
Yep, they swapped this out. 5K now going to be running the operator. Just looking right outside the line of sight of that turret, and he will get the kill. Climax is eliminated. A fantastic start, and that's already going to offset ING.
Yeah, and of course we have the showstopper here on the side of A, so you're down to 3 people. The ops kind of had the angle now. Oh, going through C's the location. Gets another one for 5K. I mean, 5K is now online. You are not going to be able to stop him so easily. He's waiting for another.
That does not spot JW. Not dead. Oh, no, you cannot afford to miss those. Couldn't quite get him. Well, he's looking the other way. Goddead then just presses through into P lobby, gets the finishing kill. That is a flawless round from F4Q.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. I mean, when you start opening up those shots with the operator, you can't really hope for much else. The map is now under your entire control. Of course, 5K just moving right in time, not just hanging out too long in any one spot, is able to shut down any sort of rotations coming out from ING. ING now is back once again, though. Their economy is back, stabilized. And we also have the Cosmic Divide on top of the showstopper. So we'll see if they use that to try to break into a site, maybe stop a retake. Of course, Zumba has his own as well.
I didn't see crisscrossing Cosmic Divides. Just go ahead, cut it into 4s. Be quite interesting. Showstopper not going to be able to find too much. Boombot, however, Zafina gets himself into the corner. Won't get spotted by it, but did take quite a bit of damage just to get into that position. 5K gone. Huge boon now. Here for I Need Girlfriend. Push on the corner. Media comes up with a second kill. It's just going to go straight through the Nano Swarm. What a bold move. Tries to take out Goddead, but doesn't even get that much damage onto him. Takes him down to 70 HP. And this is looking very good for ING to win out the round. Finally stop the bleeding.
Yeah, they are all set up here for the retake, but not going to be able to stop them as they pinch from both sides. Godco left all alone once again.
Unreal.
As Bunny gets 2, and they're able to defuse the spike. I mean, F4Q is looking unstoppable.
I mean, this has been 7 rounds in a row now in the half, as they are just 2 away from closing out this map after a catastrophic start. It's just been a completely different story here on the defensive side.
Yeah, I mean, you look at how this map started, you would have said, okay, ING is looking really good. F4Q, maybe they falter once again offline. We're not going to see the highlights come through, but as soon as they swap, and I really, I think this gives a little more credence to the fact that maybe it was just having to play against an Astra rather than only with an Astra on their side. And now that they have the kind of defender's advantage there, it's starting to come together. The, turret to scout out, B-main just a little bit once again, but this time they're just hanging back. Spike hanging out in mid.
Climax getting that orb, still going to be 2 away from having that next lockdown available. Boombot moving up through boiler into tree. Fina's going to be safe, however, in his position. It does not have to displace. Drone moving, doesn't go through market, wants to check out the spawn. This recon bolt gets destroyed.
Just trade a little bit of info on both sides with the bolt and the drone.
Oh, they're about to move right into Afina and a double nanoswarm setup. Nebula comes down. Afina does have to displace, so moves over, rotates into heaven as the Hawks start to fly. Afina finds one instantly. Mondu going to be gone. Recon bolt going to be destroyed. And Bunny gets himself set up here on top of the site. 30 seconds remaining. You can see they're starting to think better of this. The Astra was starting to rotate into mid to try to go for B, but they say, no, A, right now, we have to go for the hit. As they get back in, Meteor finds one. It's going to be a 3v4 with Meteor down to 32 HP as they attempt to get this spike planted. JW finds 2 on the drop down, however.
명
And
남았습니다.
suddenly, it's looking great. It's just 5K left alive.
10초 남았습니다.
스파이크를 설치했어.
Spike gets planted. 2 members to cut through. Both of them weakened. 5K with 100 HP and still has 2 dismisses.
If anyone can do it, it's him.
Also has these Lears available. Pushing the corner, there's one. Fires through, gets the kill, does get dazed.
눈을 가려주지.
Meteor couldn't capitalize on that, though.
Throws out the Lear, it goes away. Once it gets to half, but he holds it for far too long. That was such a greedy play.
Yeah.
It's kind of handing that one over. 5K goes down, and ING, they get their first round win in the half.
I mean, yeah, ING definitely should have won that 2v1, so thankfully they are able to towards the end. I was getting a little worried when that Nova Pulse comes through, but they weren't able to capitalize on 5K, decides, okay, this is the time to greed. Doesn't work out. So now 11-9. I mean, this is still doable on either side. ING not looking completely up to par. Of course, we do see 2 Bulldogs, and now the Odin is out for God Dead. So we'll be seeing that over here on B. Gets the recon, and there we go.
Spamming away. Nobody really there to receive the shots. Climax sort of in a decent position to get tagged up, but isn't going to be moving forward, obviously. Oh, well, 5K just goes in. Says thank you very much. Cannot go for the Devour. Would love to get topped up right now. Just throwing out these Lears to try to buy some additional time here for himself. As Zumba moves up, peeking out into B lobby, gets the kill. Mondu finds Bunny there. Follows up for a second kill now onto God Dead. Hawk going through. They confirm 1, and they confirm a second. They'll blind him a 3rd time. Godco, however, receives the blind, and now is going to get cut down to the crossfire. Mondu found 5K, but Zumba's still going to be here. Hovering in market and rerouting the spike as we have Athena coming around from behind, but he needs to land the shots, and he just cannot do so. Mondu finds 4 kills, and now they're going to be pressing here into the B site. Zumba starting to think maybe this is going to be a hit onto A, rotates all the way across, or maybe he just wants to go for a save.
30초
Either way,
남았습니다.
he's not going to be in a position to stop this spike from getting planted.
No, Zimba's thinking better of it. He goes over, doesn't hear any noise, because if they were to make that way across, probably would have heard the footsteps by then. They weren't going to creep up in a 2v1 there. And that's going to be a safe plant for the spike here for ING. Zimba has already made it through. He's just waiting. He goes into Astral Form, sets up a couple stars. Okay.
Mondu, does he get the ace? He does!
Wow, Mondu pulling through for I Need Girlfriend. I mean, especially when Athena was coming around the back and he turns around and gets the kill, that is when they kind of sealed the deal. Because if Athena gets that, they're shut down right in mid.
Well, there we go. The first ace of stage 2 grabbed by Mondu. And I mean, a reminder, 5K in the interview, in the trash talk segment, said, I can beat this guy with one hand. Mondu now comes in, aces your team,
oh my gosh,
and puts them 1 round away from tying us up yet again.
Yeah, just really, really well played, really good discipline. I mean, had the right ideas too with the Sky there. Of course, Godco kind of stepping a bit ahead to get flashed himself. But that round was all Mondu from the setup to the kills. And now they're 1 round away from tying it up. Against second 3 in mid.
Trailblazer moving forward. God Dead decides to clear that, gets a spot on a Meteor for just a moment. They'll push forward as the nade goes in deep to try to clear out. Have to be ready though here for 5K. Pushing out, gets the spot, takes Meteor so very low, 4 HP remaining on the enemy Raze. Can't quite confirm that kill. Now the Sky healing does come through to try to top him back up. So yeah, 99 HP. Can't complain too much about that. Boombot goes out. Nafina continues to watch over from Garden, looking at Boiler. Seems like it's going to be a call to just go ahead and fully rotate out of the A site. But F4Q is getting a decent read on this. They're going to have 4 members over towards this side of the map.
Yep, they're all there, just leaving Killjoy with her full setup on a just in case. Smart move there, of course. And now we see the Cosmic Divide coming in. And the Seekers, there is a Gravity Well, keeping Meteor. Whoa! Gets one through the wall.
Lets it go blind and does manage to find 5K. JW going to be eliminated off screen. Looks like he got caught over at bench just before Pizza and Market. As Goddead has no HP remaining, 5 health left for him. Lockdown v lockdown. Let's see who comes out on top. They don't clear that left angle, and somehow Meteor doesn't get the kill on the Goddead. He with 5 HP, still managing to take them out. No detainees, no one detained on the other side. Bunny lines up the shot, and it's just Mondu left alive. Goddead with no health, pushes out, weakens him significantly. Goes for the corner check. Now he's up close and personal. Oh, but he snaps right onto him. There is the clutch. Mondu closes out the round yet again, and we are tied up 11-11.
Ace into a clutch to tie your team up. I mean, this is a way to make an entrance here offline for Mondu. And like you said, especially after that trash talk, he's got to be feeling good shutting down F4Q like that. F4Q, we saw them on screen briefly. I mean, 5K looked a little worried, was looking a little anxious. And I mean, in that last moment, I mean, Mondu could have been a little passive and be like, oh, maybe I'll just play for time. But no, he goes for the kills. He's confident on the information he has that Bunny needs to move into the site for the defuse. And now they're feeling pretty good about stacking onto A. Now, Killjoy does still have the full setup here. She's always been ready. Hasn't really had a chance to use it much.
Okay, Meteor trying his hand at the Bunny entrance. Doesn't quite make it all the way through, though. Okay, there's Anostorms there, bud.
Whoa.
And he'll just get melted down. Athena finding the kill. Now 5K coming up with another one, just holding this hard right angle outside, or rather inside the site. Shuts the door. Just cut off any kind of reinforcements who had snuck up through mid. And yeah, I don't think ING were really prepared for this one.
I almost think that Meteor got blocked by his teammates. It looked like they were all stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, we'd have to see it again.
Yeah, either way, you know, he lands right in front of the Nanoswarm and then decides my best bet is just to try to run through it. Doesn't quite work out for him. Just stepping into a lava pit right there of those nanobots. And now they're just playing for the time. I think they're just waiting, probably going to still commit to A, right? The doors have been back open. Just waiting for F4Q to spread back out, try to cover their bases. This is the best bet they have now, right? We still, there's 2 members over on B. It's probably your best chance if you're going to make it. You don't have the time to go all the way to B now.
I think they're really just going to hold Gelato and just hope that somebody pushes into them. These guns are far too valuable, and their economy is just not really well established still.
Yeah, you gotta play for the match win at this point, right? Or the set win.
Yeah.
You can't just play for the round anymore. And so playing the economy game, and it's a risk you take, but if you want to try to increase your probability of winning, right, overall the map, this is the best bet you have. So they're gonna keep their weapons. They're just gonna give up that round after that doesn't work out. Now F4Q, kind of balls in their court now, and they have to decide: are we gonna get a little aggressive here, or do we just wait to see what ING does once again? This time, doesn't look like anything too crazy. More so their usual setup, probably 3 looking at mid. It has worked out well for them so far. I mean, they've gotten the information they need. The only times it's really been shut down is if 5K gets the first kill over in mid. But this time around, 5K going to go deep into B, just waiting. Maybe assuming, trying to get a read on ING that they might now swap over to B, getting a little desperate.
Slow creep as the spike moves back over towards A, so it seems like this is going to end up being the call. Scott that just continues to scout around. But yeah, I mean, you can see a Spectre and a Guardian in the hands here for the side of ING. Nobody having enough money to, purchase for their teammates. So pulling this off to take us into overtime. It's a big ask of the players. We'll see if they're up to task here. Zimba already taking a little bit of damage. Blind out with the gravity well. All pulls JW right into the center, and Zimba follows up for a second one, getting Mondu. Meteor pushing the corner, gets the headshot. 3v4 now. As they look for the retake, and Goddead gets quite a bit of damage in onto Meteor as he sits here in hell. Still suffering some damage. Has to play this out very intelligently. Money spots one, goes in, but it's going to be 2 quick kills returned here. Athena manages to find Climax. Suddenly it's a 2v2. Health advantage very much in the hands of F4Q. A 1-for-1 all down to Meteor now. 38 health remaining. Athena gets the drop down. He does it with the classic. The headshot.
All right, we are in Haven. F4Q currently leading 1-0 as they took the win on Ascent. Of course, it is a best of 3 and also double elimination groups. So nothing too worrisome for the team that loses today, but a little bit more that they have to work for if they want to stay in the tournament.
Yeah, don't want to fall down early. Oh, well, speaking of falling down early, Zimba gets dropped. Really nice opening kill here from Meteor. Gets himself up onto the site. Shock Dart not quite going to fly far enough. Holding down B. Seems like that's still not going to be the called play. They're inching forward on Garage, but are they ready for this angle? 5K, oh no, they absolutely are not. Takes a little bit of damage, a smattering of it, but Athena is holding down the back of the site to capitalize on the rest, and now it is just Godco. Found 5K, but is spotted. Nade is right up in front of him, and there's just nowhere to go. Gets shut out, and F4Q will kick things off with a very solid pistol round win.
Yeah, disastrous as they were entering in from Garage. I mean, the first person going in getting picked off, okay, that's understandable, but then you have two more coming in and they both get traded out. And of course, the dismiss, they're coming in for the Reyna, just getting out of trouble. It did not look good for I Need Girlfriend, so now they're just going to have to wait out this bonus round, do what damage they can, maybe try to get a bit of a better read on F4Q, but F4Q kicking things off well on the side of defense. Now, we talked about this as we were wrapping up map 1. F4Q, we want to see that explosive play coming in from them, and even if they're on defense, sometimes they make it happen.
Yep. God dead. Moment just playing over there at A. 5K in the meantime, pushes out, just peeks straight down C long. Finds an opening kill, spots another in Garage. Let's go for the reload, so pulls back to safety. Seems like they might have to inch the spike forward onto B and try to go for the plant. Something that they forewent in the last round when they had it completely wide open.
Yeah, it was an interesting call after so much control and so much investment as well.
Yet another kill. It's 5K. Just pressed through, spotted one in windows. Zimba in the meantime holding this down, and this is looking like a very lost round here. Pushing up. Oh, yep. Spots for just a second. And that's going to be a third kill for him on the round, making a fourth as 5K pushes back out, peeks the window, and closes it out. I mean, he's got Empress online.
Oh, wow.
Welcome to round 3. He's going to have, I mean, somebody buy him a rifle, get a Vandal in his hands. He's going to really utilize it. I mean, even with the Spectre, that increased fire speed is just going to be so very deadly.
Yeah, and just utilizing Reyna's kit so well, and I think this is why we've seen 5K kind of stick with that Reyna, even if not that many other people were playing it across all the maps. We've often seen 5K sticking with the Reyna because just using the whole kit, whether it's choosing between the Devour and the Dismiss, going out of range to come back in for a trade, and then getting these early Empresses.
Oh, hello.
Funny.
Okay. Well.
Oh, a little aggressive there. I think we can say that safely.
I don't mind it so much. I mean, it's a 1-for-1, and your team is down on weapons overall, because it's going to be running the SMGs and the Sheriff, so getting a 1-for-1 exchange to get another rifle off the board isn't the worst thing, but obviously Bunny was definitely hoping for a bit more there, wanted to get the 2 kills for free, but was just a little bit caught off guard. And 5K getting dropped. So now this starts becoming a very steep spiral for F4Q, and they desperately need some stability. Athena playing up around the corner. They're a little bit wary of this, as we do see Mondu starting to check that angle. Yeah, and they spot him in the end. So there's the closeout, and with 2 members left, this is looking like a very quick little turnaround. A nice snap from Goddead. Gets the headshot, but Climax is quick to reply. Shutting him out as Zimba lurks around the back, but just cannot snap fast enough there. Godco will clean it up.
Yep. Pretty clean round coming in front of your girlfriend, and as soon as you shut down 5K in mid, right, coming out of that Garage, you know that you have a bit more to work with, whether you choose to go to B or whether it's forcing F4Q. Now, one of them has to make sure they're hanging near B at least, in one of those links on A or C side, to make sure that they're not just getting taken unawares from the attackers. So that gave them the time to regroup going into A. Of course, catching Athena meant a lot. Otherwise, that could have been very disastrous as Athena waited with that perfect trigger control, but just couldn't get the first kill. Early gravity well going into Gardens.
Oh, well, 5K. Looking a bit better this time. Manages to line up the headshot. Immediately getting rid of JW as the boom bot Tries to scout through garage. Bunny holding the opposite angle. Taking a smattering of damage as Meteor has pressed forward.
여기야.
Looks like Bunny wants to try to go for the ego peek here.
All right, when everyone watching has a chance, just watch Zunba's player camera, because his face just lights up purple now and then whenever he goes into Astral form.
You can tell exactly when he's using it. Very slow and patient playing. This is actually F4Q, maybe with a slightly off read. Have moved 5K over into B. They're not watching directly on the A side at the moment. Now with the dark cover going up, that's going to cut off Heaven. They get themselves here onto the
30초
site.
남았습니다.
Long rotation here for Zimba. Shock Dart going to be lobbed in. Climax not going to be receiving any of that damage. Manages to stay safe and pulls all the way back here at long. And oh man, gets a really great shot onto 5K at range. Meteor now holding close. Takes out Athena. Sees the drop down. Bunny will manage to find one. Quite a bit of damage though, but suddenly it's Climax all by himself. The paranoia comes flying through, but Zimba presses the opposite angle. Comes around the side and will get this defuse. 3-1 now for F4Q.
Yep, was a little concerned about that retake when they weren't able to get the wraparound, but they are able to take advantage of the health differences that coming into those last couple trades, and of course the location as well. Both sides sticking to one side of the crates, making sure that they're the ones who has the 2v1 trade rather than going for a split 1v1 on either side. And now we're at a 1-3 scoreline. ING putting a win on the board.
Just unlucky. If that paranoia hits both,
Yeah.
odds are Climax, you know, at least takes one more gun out of their hands, but just doesn't quite manage to nail it. Zimba staying elusive. And F4Q staying in the lead. Solid start, but it is defense first for them. So not going to be too shocking to see them kick things off with a few extra rounds, especially after winning the pistol. A lot of shots come flying through towards JW's head, so playing back as Godko. Oof. 7 health remaining for him.
5K shifting back over to C, kind of giving up a little bit of control, but they do have the alarm bot there in garage. Oh. Alarm bot spots. ING gonna have to move back out a little bit.
Oh, hello. Meteor can't quite get the hits there, so 2 blades gonna be used. Drone out. That nade. Trying to clear left side, forces the tailwind out. Meteor still does take a decent little chunk of damage.
Oh, Meteor wanted that so bad, but not able to click on the head right away. Bunny wins that duel.
Yeah, and now ING is starting to really scatter and kind of panic. 5K holding things down at garage. Does get domed. Climax comes in with a nice shot. Trying to equalize, spraying through the wall, a little bit of damage offered up onto Goddead. They have to make their way here onto the side. Zimba this time does get clipped by the paranoia, but Athena is there to back him up. One member left. Now gets eliminated. Zimba finds 2 kills on the round, and F4Q put another one on the board.
Yeah, I waited a bit too long, and I wonder if part of that was just waiting for that duel over on A site, not working out. I mean, for one, it didn't work out, but also, just kind of waiting for extra information. I mean, they knew initially there was one in heaven and there was one on site, but they're not able to get any more information as they're waiting that entire time. And like you said, they run it down until 30 seconds. ING looking a bit lost in the middle of the map. In one way, you can say that gives them so many options to move from there, but if they don't commit right away, they're in deep trouble. And we saw that happen as they're just shuffling through garage. This time, 5K pushes it forward with the operator. Doesn't get a kill, but does spot. Meanwhile, Athena gets one against Meteor.
Yeah, just solo holding down this B side, spots him in the window. Gets the kill. JW, however, pushing forward at a long. Manages to find one, but is quickly traded out as Goddead manages to get some vengeance. And with 3 members gone very swiftly in the round, not even 30 seconds having passed, it's already looking very dangerous here for ING. And basically, I mean, given the guns in hand, likely want to just go for a save here. That being said, they still do have Climax inching forward. Gets himself below the window. Oh, no.
I wonder if Climax just wanted to take the op out of 5K. I mean, they knew that's where he was. It seemed a little careless, But that can be the only explanation for that type of aggression there without any backup as well. So, risk not quite worth it. We're going to see Godco still try to inch forward into A, see if he can at least get the spike planted, maybe.
30초 남았습니다.
So far, the plant seems like it might be possible.
We'll see what happens as soon as they hear the audio cue. Okay. Planting just below, right outside of Hell. Drone will spot him. Pre-firing to try to clear it. So there's at least one moved up. He's using a lot of bullets and can't line up the spray. So will be, a little bit of extra money given the plant as the well gets popped. But it's still around going the way of F4Q. So very dominant here to start things off on defense.
Yeah, it looks like they're just much more comfortable now than they were at the beginning of the night, leading 5-1, even on defense, being able to be a bit aggressive. I mean, look at the ultimates they have to work with. Empress obviously has been there this whole time for 5K. Got the lockdown as well. Now, on the flip side, you do have the Showstopper, you have from the Shadows, Hunter's Fury as well, but Hunter's Fury, obviously, you kind of want to save that for special instances, especially the lockdown in case it comes out. So we'll see if they do anything with the Showstopper, maybe. Bunny moving forward this time.
Yeah, looking for the fast peek of the blast pack here through short, but nobody playing around that A lobby. Decide to just go ahead and pull back. Afina with his kit set up in B is going to be occupying Garage as the drone comes up over the top. Oh, does get that spot. Need to try to clear the side. Won't get much of anything though. As that is some value on the shock darts bouncing into Cubby. Meteor chunked out. Chris here 4-5K as well. Looking for him, spots one, and JW takes quite a bit of damage on the exit. Now spotted, the reloads coming through. Nobody's dead yet on the side of ING. Only Zumba having fallen so far here for F4Q, but yeah, there's just so much damage that's been pushed out. Gets the next spot, 5K, finds the third kill. Two remaining members starting to try to rotate over towards the spike location, but recovering it, getting to a site, planting it, seeming nigh impossible right now.
5K's pushed up.
Oh, that's 4.
스파이크가 C
Looking like
지점에
Afina
떨어졌습니다.
should. Oh, he backs away. Mandu inching in. Does he get the headshot? No, he does not. Afina seems like he's trying to maybe lead him in for this ace. They want to get it on the board. He knows that there's no time. He knows he doesn't have the spike. He's saying, come on, 5K. Come get this ace. He's all right. I'm not losing my gun over this. I will kill him. But I gave you your chance.
Oh, man. Afina just kind of toying with his food, leading it into the cave, and then goes for the final bite. Man, that does not feel good for I Need Girlfriend. And to be fair, they kind of, funneled themselves into here on C. I mean, if you're going to commit all the way into that cubby with 2-3 people, you need to have a plan or at least an exit plan. And they did not have one, especially with 5K holding those angles right above the smoke, the dark cover coming out. They couldn't get out of there. The 4 kills for 5K that round.
Yeah, it just wasn't the most well-placed dark cover. Should have heard this blast pack. Ooh, shot comes out. Oh, okay, Showstopper, but he doesn't know that he's already cleared the angle. Speaking of Showstoppers, JW using one of his own, but takes so much damage from the Nano Swarms. Fina still just playing patiently in the back. Finally does get spotted, tries to push out. JW finds the kill. Gets himself placed up top. Nades out to try to clear the A link. Zumba finding one, but getting cut down, and it's looking like ING should finally have the turnaround here to get a second round online. Funny. Boombot and Nades ready to go. Spraying through, actually does get that shoulder tap on a Meteor.
Yeah, looking like not wanting to risk it until he knows for sure, or maybe can pick one off. Oh, goes in with the blast pack.
Rotating around the back, finds one. Gets the location of another. Caps the spike, Lear coming through, but he cannot line up the shot. Meteor will finish him off. And that's finally a second round here for ING. But is that the bleeding stopped? Or does F4Q just come right back into this? Because they have been on an absolute tear. That's 4 rounds in a row for them.
Yeah,
before
I mean,
this.
I think F4Q, they're not too shaken up by that. You know, it feels good for ING just because you kind of needed that, right? Without
yeah.
that round, I mean, you're just leading all the way to your doom here in the first half. So that was more of a necessity for ING. I think for F4Q, you know, maybe they kind of go back to 5K holding that garage, giving the intel he needs to the rest of the team. You know, not getting too antsy. Of course, Bunny was playing a bit aggressive with that op. We'll see if he goes for it again. He is set up for the blast pack once again. Looks like he goes for the peek.
Oh, doesn't nail it. But not enough space for that ultimate to get grabbed. 5K. Oh, what?
Oh my goodness, JW,
Oh,
wind yourself up with the
dear.
boom bot. Oh my.
Yeah, did not get to use that as cover. He just gets his head taken off through it. Oh, a really nice little, you know, quote-unquote wall bang there. Bot bang, I guess. From 5K. And it's already such a rough start. You know, this is finally the buy round for them. They're still wanting to go for this. Knives out, Meteor does get the headshot. Very nicely done. Now they can bring the spike forward. Another kill found on the entry as Goddead falls. Fina trying to make his way in. Pushing forward, Meteor gets yet another reset. Simba with that right click. Ping's coming through. 2v2, Spike laying on the ground, 30 seconds left. Now Meteor gonna be gone. Fina just get taken out. Caught off guard by Climax. It throws through the paranoia. Now has a dark cover ready to go. He's gonna TP across. With no time really remaining. He's gonna try to sprint this out. We'll have enough time to get the plant off. Bunny making sure it's not gonna be from A. Now we'll start rotating over. Does he take the time to stop and pick up a different gun? Looks like the answer is going to be no, but wants to peek through garage.
Okay, it's going to go through. Avoiding that link, of course. Oh, Climax is behind him.
He's just right behind him. They're just barely missing each other here.
Bunny has no
Bunny,
idea.
yeah, he's looking all the wrong places.
Oh, man.
Clutch comes in. Climax closes out the round. 3-6, 3 more to go in the half.
Yeah, I think they, you know, they went for that B site towards the end there. They felt comfortable after getting that win in the last round. Things didn't quite work out. It got a little bit messy. Lots of smokes. Both teams kind of all crowded in there just waiting for each other to show themselves first. Of course, what really helped was Meteor made pretty good use of that Blade Storm, right? Got a couple refreshes there. Of course, they did have to eventually rotate back out to C for the clutch, but I Need Girlfriend again. That's another one on the board. Now they have their own operator for Meteor with the Jet. Of course, kind of built for the operator here to get those peaks.
Oh,
Meanwhile, 5K.
Okay, such an aggressive push straight out of the garage doors. Finds JW. A huge punish here for him. Fina, has he heard footsteps here in window? Climax, oh, boosted. Manages to spot him, gets the kill. Doesn't take any damage in the process, so nice little trade out for him. 5K now going to be smoked off. Has to rotate over onto Seaside proper. As Mondu completely caught off guard by Bunny's positioning.
Yeah, I don't think he had any suspicion that Bunny was going to push up at this point. Boombot is going to get taken out. No new information for a little bit now. Of course, they know that 5K would have walked back out of garage, so they're waiting for this op. They're trying to figure out where it is.
Scopes out for a second, tries to go back in, doesn't manage to find the shot. Simba, however, holding here from the high. Ooh, the high ground. Finds one, looks for the third, and he will have it. F4Q right back into the driver's seat. As Zimba puts him in the ground.
You know, Zimba coming back to F4Q seems like it's working out really well for them, right? It adds the Astra into their pool. He's been on point today on both maps, and right now on Haven, I mean, he's shutting down some entries very, very well.
Yeah, wonderfully done for him here. 10-5-1, so still a very positive KD. 5K, 17-6-1 is
Jeez.
quite insane.
And right from the get-go, as well as IMG once again back to just pistols here. Not much they can work with.
Bunny spamming the cross, does get a single tap here on the Mondu, taking him down at 85 health. Goddead spotting one. 5K still continuing to hold here in the garage. Gets gets the kill on the JW. Mamdu pressing forward. Now is going to recover a gun for his troubles and gets topped up with that overheal coming through. So not the worst case scenario now here for ING, but to see what the call is going to be. Seems like they still want to play over towards A. Bunny is not ready for Meteor to be creeping forward here. That's going to be another gun recovered to help defend this, and Mandu just gets a snap straight onto Afina. 5K gets dropped, and now it all comes down to Zumba and a 1v4 to try to clutch it if they want to get this round win.
This is like a best case scenario for I Need Girlfriend and worst case for F4Q. Not only are you giving up your guns, you're also giving a win here for I Need Girlfriend. Most likely, Zumba looking to try to make something happen.
No way.
Oh, trying to fake coming in through? Oh my. Gravity well, but now they know.
Yeah, he just wants to try to clear those sides, but yeah, he's just, oh, okay. Gets the one tap. 4 bullets left as he's in midair on the jump. That will be the finish. Mandu with 3 kills, and a Thrifty comes in for ING. At a very crucial point. I mean, if they make this 5 to 7.5, shifting over to the defense, this becomes absolutely winnable.
Yeah, it's not so bad, especially with the horrid start they had, you know, with 5K popping off in the early rounds. So ING, we'll see what they can do with the rifles. You know, really good Thrifty round from them, picking up the guns. Of course, now we are in the last round of the half, and 5K goes for yet another operator, is holding that garage again. We'll see if he gets another pick. Climax, this time going to go for the safe, really dark cover. Does get chipped a little bit, though.
Yeah, getting him through the wall. Speaking of getting hit through the wall, Meteor taking a little bit of a tag, and JW as well. Falling low, so early nice little bits of damage coming out here from F4Q to soften up the members of ING. They do not have that Sky this time to try to top them up.
Meanwhile, holding, of course, for close range, they have the setups from Killjoy. Vina comes back to help hold. Mandu's still creeping up, though, just going right under those operator bullets. And now the entire team of I Need Girlfriend, they're rushing into B-side.
Oh, the Nano Swarms tearing up JW. He does manage to survive as he gets himself boosted up on top of the site, but with the kills coming in, it's looking really good for F4Q to deny this plan. Here's the final shot. 5K to close that out, and it's going to be 8-4 on the half.
Okay, so I mean, F4Q obviously feeling pretty good about that, you know, keeping their lead and a pretty healthy one as well. I Need Girlfriend, you know, they won the rounds necessary to try to come back and maybe even things up. Not so well at the end, though, as we switch sides here. And I mean, I Need Girlfriend, they need to have this on lockdown, but I'm a little concerned because they don't really have the agents to fully lock down one side or the other.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they try to split their duties.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you look at the agents they picked up, it really feels like they were hoping to get, you know, a lot of rounds on attack, right? You've got Jet, Raze, and Reyna going for the triple duelists. Now you don't have any Sentinels here on defense. You don't have the Astra to just buy yourself more time, you know, or, you know, for a Cosmic Divide to shake things up in the middle. Not much to work with. Meanwhile, Zunba still has the Astra to try to use it offensively here. For F4Q.
Just kind of cat jamming right now. This song is actually really good.
You know, the music in general for VCT has been so good.
Yeah,
and that's pretty rare for esports tournaments.
I've gotten DMs on Twitter from people asking me, like, do you know is there a playlist? Like, is it on Spotify? Like, where's the playlist at? I'm like, guys, like, I wish I knew.
Yeah.
If I knew, I would already be sharing it. Because it's that damn good. But let's see how F4Q handles this attack now. Looks like it's going to be a hard hit here onto the A site. Also, it's going to be grabbed. A few making their way over towards short. A little bit of a delay here at long. Dart not going to be able to find anything. Meteor just going to be exiting now with the tailwind. It's 2 wrap around, getting themselves into heaven, but the Nebula will be cutting off their vision for the time being. As the spike will now start getting planted by Afina. Oh, nice blast pack delay. Bunny needs to clear that.
They still do get it down. Algrone sees him backing out. Now looking for a retake.
Turret cleared. really heavy stack there in hell. But yeah, it's just a meat grinder as they push in. Godco will take out 2, but they re-aggress. Got dead. With that frenzy, comes up with 2 kills, and F4Q will win out the second pistol round here.
And we can just see it from the pistol round as well. The little difference in utility already when you're down on the economy. Of course, both sides, even as you start off after switching sides, you don't have anything to work with. You just have to rush through that nebula as everyone is waiting for you. They're just spamming through the smoke. They're waiting for you to inch out one by one, and F4Q takes the lead now 9-4 with a bonus round, even a Vandal for 5K. They want to shut this down ASAP.
Yeah, he's going hard in the paint right now, so it's just going to be the Vandal and the half armor. Says, you know what, if I take a little bit of damage, if I get a kill, whatever, I'll be able to top up. Bunny going for the entrance, gets himself set up here on the site, and there is nobody here at C at the moment. So ING going to be looking for a retake with just the classics. No armor, and Godco already down to 60 HP, so good luck with this one. Boombot ready to be tossed out here by Bunny as well. Smokes to expire. Shock Dart going to be lobbed in. Short range, but Meteor already gets eliminated by Athena. Nade now thrown back towards CT side. Doesn't get any damage, but just continues to buy more and more time as Zimba goes on a deep lurk, wrapping around behind those in Garage. Oh, high value on that dart. Pushing forward, Goddead though. Can he make it out? Answer is yes.
Okay.
Has managed to do so, and here's Zimba. Cleans him up.
You see it again. You used what little you have to try to stop the plant, right? We saw the shock bolt come out, got a little bit of chip damage, but not much done. And after that, you had one recon bolt. Okay, you got but you knew they were there. It doesn't really add that much more for I Need Girlfriend. You have the Leer to try to go for it, but that's really just opening up an entry for you on the retake. Not much to work with. Meanwhile, Zumba can hang all the way back, lurking while setting up those nebulas for his team. I Need Girlfriend, unless they shut down with the first kills, as soon as the spike gets planted, I don't really see them winning any retakes if it's even numbers, with the amount of stuff that F4Q can work with here.
Well, another very aggressive push here onto A. W spotting, and he just sprays right through 2 of them, 5K and Bunny. Enormous value. Exactly the 2 members that you would want to get. The spot out there on that Nano Swarm clearing it, so now Athena, less defensive kit is available. Final Nano Swarm will get used as Goddead makes his way up from short. Dart up into heaven. JW not really going to be too bothered by that one. The second dart will hurt considerably more. Lobs out the nade to try to interrupt. The spike does get planted. Goddead gets to a safe enough distance as to not die. Meteor pushing forward. Spines 1. Looks for a little bit more. Oh man, just blind spraying through. Goddead, fortunately, just walking into it. Now it all comes down to Athena here in hell. Inching forward, tries to get the snap, cannot do so. And yet again, it's going to be ING winning in the 3rd round.
Yeah, and we just mentioned, I was talking about it, if they get the early kill, shut down a couple members, because then F4Q is forced to use your utility to plant the spike, right? Rather than just being able to set up for an entire defense on a retake. So that works out for I Need Girlfriend. It was still a little bit scary, at times. There was still a lot they could work with, right? You still had the gravity wall coming out. You see the nebula still up in heaven. I mean, you take down 2 members, and there's still just so much blocking your way for I Need Girlfriend. But that is really, I think, the only way they're going to win rounds here on defense is if they get the first couple kills, forcing F4Q to use everything they have to get into a site, and then you can fight for a retake.
Yeah, I fully agree. I think if JW doesn't get those 2 kills on the entry, then F4Q probably move up 11-4. But it's a really good way to stop the bleeding here for ING. They're giving themselves a fighting chance. Bladestorm out for Meteor, rocking the shorty otherwise. See if he can get anything done here with this.
Yeah, and F4Q just waiting patiently. They don't want to get too ahead of themselves. They're expecting someone to try to push out a garage here. Now they say, okay, maybe we should try to go for 1 pick if we can. In worst case, they're still set up to really swing one way or the other. Aldro not getting any information before this time. For I Need Girlfriend, they do get a tag onto Athena in the mid-window.
Boombot going through. I was going to say that should give some information. Hearing the drop on the Boombot, you can surmise that JW is going to be sitting up in heaven.
Hunter's Fury online now.
Orb snatched up, just waiting for his moment. Lets that loose. Nade getting just a little bit of damage. Blast pack to try and delay any kind of plant. Makes his way across. Plant now starting. Below hell. Below heaven, rather. The showstopper will not get the kill that he was looking for. Lockdown used. And very few ways to try to get rid of that. You just have to wait it out.
Yeah, and after that, you're not going to have too much time. I mean, it's still a 5-on-5. We'll see if they can make something happen. Not too many tools, though. There's a dark cover coming out.
Oh, here, getting one tap. Holding the corner is 5K. Let's get mowed down. JW comes up with another 2 kills before Zimba finishes him off, and unfortunately, he was the last one left alive. F4Q taking one step closer to closing this out 2-0.
Yeah, you know, with the paranoia at the end there. Again, if that doesn't tag anyone, what are you working with? And it really seems a little baffling to me that you would pick a map where you're all inning on winning on attack, right? Because especially, you know, F4Q is not a team to laugh at. You know, they're not a team that you can assume you're just going to stomp through. And if you're putting all your eggs in that one basket, I mean, just, you know, change out one agent or, you know, play just slightly differently when you're, you know, switch it up when you're on attack so that you get a couple more leads. This is a bit scary for any group. Now, F4Q get a good nano swarm.
Bunny trying to spam through. Does Goddead just finds 2?
My.
With the Hunter's Fury. Oh man, F4Q really starting to style here in these last few rounds. Looking to go ahead and guarantee themselves at least overtime. Take a bit of a miracle right now from I Need Girlfriend if they want to try to swing this back into their favor. 2v4 for the retake, and everybody other than 5K just sitting back at long. Boombot cleared, Goddead sending the drone over, JW pulling back. Will still get tagged. And they say, yeah, you know, we have to hold on to these guns. Yet again, we're going to be all in. We have to win 7 straight rounds after this.
That is a mountain to climb. 5K looking for someone as he leaves. He's going to spot Meteor. Can he win the duel? Goddead picks it up.
Yeah, I was going to say, 5K can't win the duel, but it's okay because Goddead is there to cover him. JW, the only one retaining his weapon at the end of that. This is catastrophic. 7 straight rounds needed for I Need Girlfriend.
Man, again, you know, crazy things have happened, but so far, all the things on the map, you know, all the things on the scoreboard point to no. We are going to see a scout come out. I mean, they're scraping for whatever they can because, again, they have to. They have to win every round from here on out to go into overtime. And they are just holding 2-1 and 2. But F4Q looks like they're going to get a little crazy up in C again.
Yeah, they're really just starting to go for this. The rotation is not yet really coming through. Mondu gets a really nice opening kill, however. Pops the Empress, wants to shut them down. The rotation will come out. They're going to abandon the C site after they hear that ult go off. We'll see where exactly they're going to end up. Maybe it's just going to be for the garage approach into C. Perhaps they route into B. Either way, Climax starting to lurk behind. As Mondu holds his crossfire angle, spots Athena for a moment, but definitely does not win out in the damage battle there. Takes more than he pushes.
Athena gonna pick one up as he pushes into garage over the window.
Oh.
Climax. Okay, the wraparound does work for him for now.
Teleports to the side, gets himself in the window, but he's not quite prepared. Simba manages to strike first, but there's JW around the corner. The spike now is on the ground, and it is just Bunny versus the world.
Okay, I Need Girlfriend. They're making it happen. Hopefully they don't let Bunny get away with this spike here.
Spots it. Should know that he's going to be playing inside lobby. But can he line it up? He does. 23 seconds remaining. He's going to blast pack his way to accelerate, getting into the site, but still 2 members to try to get through. Boombot going to be tossed out. Goes in for the plant. Hoping that Boombot is going to be good enough to cover him. But it is not. Mondu pushes the corner, takes him out moments before he can get that plant down, so they don't even get the money for it.
Yeah, I Need Girlfriend, again, That was absolute necessity. It really seemed to work out well in the beginning. Of course, the Empress being used forced F4Q out. You know, in some ways, you're kind of feeling, oh man, the Empress was wasted. You weren't really able to use it. But it, again, buys you time. It forces them to rotate out. They're no longer pushing aggressively in. And when you're losing on the utility battle just by default, you know, that is, I think, still pretty valuable as they're able to hold time. And Climax, of course, getting that wraparound, making that call to push a bit aggressively, really pays off for I Need Girlfriend. And now F4Q, they're going to slow things down a bit. 5K gets the kill, though, and I think this opens up C quite a bit.
That's so, you know, like roughly unexpected. We don't typically see operators coming in from the attacker side. I mean, obviously it's going to be map depending. We did see it happen here, you know, for Meteor, JW. No, it was mostly Meteor, I guess, on their attack, given that he's playing Jet.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be super common to see those operators. It does get caught off guard, much like GodDead does right there in that moment. Good little lurk from Meteor, but then re-peeks. The operator is there from 5K. He shuts them down, and that's a man advantage here for F4Q, who make their way out onto the site. JW just cannot react fast enough. Bunny gets himself up on top of the box, takes him down, and 5K gets the final kill, lurking back in the lobby. 13-6 here on Haven.